back at it again with the white vans. I know y'all love that throwback. Maybe not. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's 2023 and we are back at it again. So we already put out some content for this year, but this is kind of our first like walkthrough video. You know, this channel is a lot about commentaries and walkthroughs. I want the community to be better. I want us all to grow and learn together. And so today we're going to talk about how to power level up to get to in-game activities. One of the things I love, and for the past few DLCs, I've only been grinding just to get to in-game level bare minimum so I can do Grandmasters. Grandmasters is a really cool test for me in terms of my skill level and also my ability to communicate with like fire team members. And so for me personally, this is like what I enjoy about the game, as well as having fun with friends. And so as you will see today, I'm almost at Grandmaster ready level, but to get me over the finish line, I'm going to show you the tool that I use and able to get there. All right, so now we are back again. If you haven't already watched my vault cleaning video, got a lot of good comments, a lot of good feedback. Also, some folks who named some things I didn't realize the first time around, but you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. But yes, we are back at Destiny Recipes again. You do not get my login information, but log in again. Tons of ways to log in, whether it's through your Bungie ID, whether it's your Steam, whatever. Once you log in, you come to the screen, and what we're going to be looking for now, instead of the vault cleaner option, we're actually going to be looking at the power progress option. So again, there's a couple ways you can access it. One right here on the main kind of bar that's in the middle, or just go to the top and click power progress. The reason why we want to use the power progress, the power level progress option, is because it gives us a lot of information that is in the game innately, but when you log into the game and you just like look at the directory menu, it's really hard to tell. And so this really collects everything in a very clear, concise way that whether you're a returning player, a new player, or even a veteran player, it actually gives you a lot of good information. So to dig in, some of the key things that we learn when we come into the menu is you get to see all the characters that you have. You get to see what is the highest light level that your character can achieve currently with what you have attached. You see your artifact level, which currently my artifact level is level 16. And then also what you'll see is again, just to denote these two different things, the 1605 is from what I can achieve with like the max things equipped. And then this is the current power level that I'm at. So I'm almost at 1590 with all my characters. I'm currently at 1589. So I'm really close and almost ready for Grandmasters. And this just kind of shows me a breakdown of all those things. That said, when we're looking at this menu of weapons and armor choices right now, it's always going to pre-select, or at least the default is a pre-select your highest armor pieces, right? Because as you all notice, there is no option in Destiny 2 to put two exotic armor pieces together. So there's no way I could put Starfire Protocol and Lunafactions on at the same time. But what it is, it's showing me to get to 1590, the pinnacle cap for this season. It's showing me where all of my armor pieces lie right now. I have a lot of 1590 gear. I have a couple slots that are missing. Rip my RNG. And so looking at all the different pieces that I could potentially equip to get to that 1590 or as close to 1590 as possible. Why is this important? This is important, one, because you see right here, you can't equip multiple exotics. So, but it's important because from this, I can get two bits of information, right? One is where my power level lies in terms of what is behind the bar I need to get to. Like, again, my legs are behind. That's what this information is telling me right now, is that my legs are behind. Everything else is +1 ready to, at 1590, but my legs are behind right now. And so what I need in terms of a pinnacle drop is a leg pinnacle drop for my warlock, at least. Again, for my hunter, it's my helmet. Again, helmet for Titan, etc. So that's the first piece of information to see like what is behind. And when it's behind this yellow line, that's telling you what is not up to your max level. Again, the max level I have right now is 1589, and then what is above that. The graph would have looked a lot differently a couple weeks ago at the start of the season, especially as the early days of the grind of trying to get from 1580 to 1590. The second bit of information it tells me is that what weapons do I have that I could exchange between characters, because I mainly play on Warlock, although I play all my characters. So because I have a really good submission roll. I have a funnel web roll. You know, I wouldn't roll double SMG into most of the activities. I wouldn't roll into an activity like that. But it gives me the option of seeing what weapons I have. And so maybe on my warlock, I want to keep the submission, but on my hunter, I want to keep the funnel web. And so just the option of knowing what weapons are at my highest power level that I could potentially use another platform like DIM, Destiny Item Manager, to actually switch, you know, an SMG from here to here or a rocket launcher from here to here. So those are those two bits of information. The biggest thing that comes from all this is beyond RNG, which we cannot control to an extent, unfortunately. Because I do need a random drop for my helmets on my Hunter and Titan, and then legs for my Warlock. What that pushes me into is now to look at what are my Pinnacle options remaining left. Again, this updates in real time. There's a lot of opportunities to get pinnacles that I still have left. Some activities maybe I just don't want to do, but the reality is I still have a lot of pinnacle options left just to get my legs up to 1590, right? And so right now, when I'm looking at this, because of the different activities here, I can actually go through and see specifically what pinnacles should I do, because what it's telling me right now is showing me all of the relevant challenges. Ultimately, this screen, this algorithm, this code's goal is to get me to 1590. And so all of the cool math stuff it does on the back end, it does that. It takes all the inputs that are in the game, and when I click this option, show relevant challenges only, it's telling me that I actually need to do pinnacle rewards. And again, I need to do pinnacles on all my characters. The reality is, if you want to be able to see all the challenges available, again, to see all challenges available, just see only pinnacles, to see only powerfuls, you can have that option. But this is going to be your best bet in terms of what do you actually need to do that week to get the most XP to power grind to get the pinnacle and powerful drops that you need. Again, we always want to get pinnacle drops so we can get to the next level, powerful drops so that we can like sustain at the level. So if a pinnacle is going to get us to, you know, 1580, once we hit 1580, then let's do powerfuls to get the rest of our armor and our gear to 1580, so on and so forth, right? So right now to get to 1590, so then I can stop grinding out all these XP each a week. I can do Tank Buster. I can do, again, which is Vox Obscure. I can run King's Fall, which I'm actually planning to do, which honestly, I think I'll get my leg pinnacle job there. I can do the campaign for a score of 100,000 or more, Dares Returning, so on and so forth, right? So you can see for all of my characters, I have various things to do. And surprisingly, I've actually been playing my Titan a lot more. So my Titan has less options because I've done more of the pinnacles on my Titan. So there's a lot of things that you can do to get that pinnacle. Once you've achieved your pinnacle or you've gone to the max where you need to start dropping powerfuls, when you revisit this site, it will then show you powerful and challenges. Again, it's not showing me because again, I'm almost at 1590, so I'm kind of regretting now that I didn't record this video a couple weeks ago. But you know, such is life. We live and we learn. But with the powerful challenges, if you're at that place where you've gotten all the pinnacles that you need to at that level to be able to just grind it out, it'll then show you the powerful weapons that you do. And again, for me, powerfuls really don't benefit me, so it says +0. But for you, the powerfuls will have the number that is according to the level and the activity that you're completing. So again, do Catch Crash. Catch Crash is still in the game currently as of season 19. Weekly Nightfall completion. Again, you get that very easily done with LFGs or anything. Just completing bounties. I don't do bounties, but if you do bounties, more power to you. So it shows you all of those opportunities to get gear that's at the level, right? Again, going back to the example of 1580, if I was grinding to 1580, or in this case like 1589, if I needed other 1589 gear, I would do powerful activities because it's going to drop at 1589. But I don't need that, right? Because remember, I need pinnacles because I'm trying to get to 1590. And that's why when you go to show relevant challenges only, we get to this space where, again, I'm trying to get that +1. Everything, for the most part, there are other options besides submission and funnel web there at 1590, but it just shows you these options on the site. But for me, knowing that I have multiple options for weapons and armor, with the exception of my legs, I really don't have any legs that are 1590 right now, at least on my Warlock. because I want to get rid of that +0, I'm going to use one of these pinnacle opportunities to be able to get there. Going and using a tool like Destiny's Recipes Power Level Progress is actually a really great way to make sure that you're actually not wasting your time. Because again, we are week 4 of the season, and I'm basically done grinding. After I get to 1590 on all my characters, I really am going to slow down on a lot of the kind of tedious, weekly grinds, and just focus on end game things, focus on having fun with friends, things like that, just because I don't like to stress myself out with the game. And so for me, being able to, as quickly possible, just hit that cap. I don't need to get to 1610. I don't need to get to 1620. Like literally nothing beyond 1605 really gives me any benefit in game, which is like a rant video for another day of people who are like, oh, I need 1620, whatever. Anyways, moral of the story, use this tool. This is a really great tool to think about your power level progress. There's a lot more functionality to the site in terms of like if you actually want to do a deeper dive into each of your characters, you can click select character. Again, I have 3 characters, but if I just wanted to look at my warlock, I wanted to go a little bit deeper. And if I also wanted to like potentially simulate what kind of loot I could potentially get. So again, if I'm like, oh, I need legs and I potentially get legs, again, you can see that potentially doing the nightfall strike could be a way to get legs, right? So again, you log into the website, you come here, you see all of your characters, you get to see this information of what armor or weapons are behind the yellow bar, which are kind of lagging behind. From that, you then target the activity that's going to help you get fill that gap. And get that level up. And so in this case, I need pinnacles on all my characters. And so all that's left for me is to do a bunch of pinnacles, get to 1590, and then I'm done for the season in terms of power level grinding. So I hope this was helpful for anyone who is out there potentially stressed out about the process, potentially, unclear about how all of this works. There's some really great tools. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it 1,000 more times, 1,001 more times. There's so many great people. Ignore the negativity out there. There are so many great people in the community who offer up free resources like this. This is free. You don't have to pay for this. And it integrates so well with Destiny's API. It just gives you a really good opportunity to understand the game better, and understand how you can like actually make the best use of your time, especially if you are, the dreaded word, a casual player. This is actually a really great tool that if you only have like 3 hours a week, not 3 hours in one day, 3 hours in a week, or just a very short amount of time in a week to play Destiny with friends or by yourself, solo queue, whatever. This tool is a really great tool to open up first thing, open up your Destiny item manager, check what activities are actually going to give you the most bang for your buck in terms of grinding XP and grinding pinnacle gear, and just do those activities with those couple hours that you have. And then I promise you, week over week, the improvement will show in terms of like the type of gear you're getting. But then also when it comes time to do end game stuff, whether that's a dungeon, like a master dungeon, whether that's a raid, or whether that's, what I grind for the past several DLCs now, just doing grandmasters. This tool is a really great way to understand all the complicated stuff that's in Destiny, and then being able to make it a reality. So let me know in the comments if you all would like a follow-up, a little bit of a deeper dive. But again, the tool is pretty straightforward, and would love to know what else you all would like to know about power level grinding. See you out there, Guardians.